I think enough time has passed to where we could tell that these guys are the god of the game right now. Like I consider them to be number one in the game, and I don't think it's really close because in basic, this is probably one of the few characters that are actually very good, even in base. Like they're doing a lot. So like we could go over their passive right now. So key +2 attack and defense 200% plus an additional attack and defense 50% when performing a super attack. Reduces damage received by 40%. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. Plus an additional key +2 per rainbow key sphere obtained. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, and that is a 70% chance. Plus an additional attack 50% and launches an additional super attack with a rainbow key sphere obtained. And you only need one, which is great. Plus an additional attack and defense 50% and an additional 20% damage reduction for one turn from the character's entry turn, or when HP is 70% or less at the start of turn. So in base, they are very good. And then when you transform into Gogeta, he basically becomes a god. Like, it's not even close. This guy is very good. So when you transform, you recover 30% HP only once. Key +5, attack and defense 250%, plus an additional attack and defense 77% when performing a super attack. Performs a critical hit, so crits are guaranteed. Reduces damage received by 40% and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. Plus an additional key +30 per rainbow key sphere obtained. Plus an additional 77% attack and launches an additional super attack and guards all attacks with a rainbow key sphere obtained. Plus an additional damage reduction of 40% and foresees enemy super attack before attacking for 5 turns from the character's entry turn. So for 4 turns or for 2 of his turns after he transforms, you're gonna have 80% damage reduction, which is insane. And then when an enemy is hit by the character's ultra super attack, nullifies unarmed super attacks directed at the character from the enemy for that enemy for the duration of that turn. High chance of evading enemy super attacks. So this guy can do so much. Like, he can do a lot. And I am convinced this guy is number one in the game, and I don't think a lot of people will argue that either. So mine is at 69%, but I am going to change this build up after this showcase. But even this right now, I consider this to be okay, because getting additionals is good, because base form, you're going to want to do as many super attacks as you can before you transform, because that's going to allow Gogeta to hit super hard. And for the time, like the short time that I've been using Gogeta right now, like, it's not even close. This guy is just so good. Like, I'm having so much fun with this guy. And from what I've seen on Twitter too, a lot of people are they're enjoying Gogeta so much. So the start of turn, okay, we did not really get too many orbs here, which is kind of unfortunate. Let me do the friend in slot 1, just because we kind of, like, he has more defense, so that would be a little bit better. But damn, okay, yeah, no, that is a terrible start to the turn. At least mine was able to get 24 key. They don't do too much damage anyway. This fight is just very long, so this is gonna be a great time, or a great way to kind of showcase Gogeta because of how long it is. So we can stack up quite a bit with Gogeta, and then see the damage that Gogeta is actually able to do when he transforms. Even in base form, they're still going to be doing like 10+ million per super attack, which is very good. Like, I'm telling you, this is like the best base form Goku and Vegeta we've had, and it's not even close. Like, they're going to have like, what, 60% damage reduction on the first turn that they appear. And then they have base 40% damage reduction, and then with all the defense they're gonna get after they super attack too, like they're very good. And then of course, like that 60% or that extra 20% is only conditional. So if you're under 77% HP, then you are gonna get that 20%, and then you're gonna have the 60%, which would allow you to tank a lot better in slot 1. But even then, like, depending on the fight you're in, I think 40% should be fine in slot 1 if they were to get supered. It just very much depends on the stage that you're actually on. So let me cut, and we'll come back when we come with Gogeta or Goku and Vegeta on the turn. Okay, so we do have Gogeta or Goku and Vegeta here, but we also have Gogeta. But I'm gonna float off Super Saiyan Gogeta. So at the start of turn we have 339,000 defense with 60% damage reduction. So I think they will be fine in slot 1 here. We don't really have anybody else that can be in slot 1 at the moment, so I think we are kind of forced to put Gogeta here, which I'm not disappointed with, like, because this is the showcase, we're showing off what Gogeta can actually do. And then we are going to be able to heal up a good amount, but this is the first turn, so regardless on our HP condition, or HP setting, we are going to be getting the extra 20% because it is the first turn. And also, again, keep in mind that, like, these guys right here, they do not hit hard at all. So Gogeta is going to be able to tank, or Goku and Vegeta is going to be able to tank pretty well in this fight. Like, again, we are here just to see the stacking that they're able to do. So we did get lucky. Their additional super attack, their first additional attack is a 70%, and then their third attack is a guaranteed super when they collect 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. So if you have enough additional in the potential system, you could potentially get 4 super attacks with Goku and Vegeta. And we actually did. We actually did. Nice. Okay. So for turn 1, we got 4 super attacks in. So we're able to get 4 stacks for their attack, which is very good. Because if you can get, like, or if you can just get as many stacks as you can before the final phase or whatever, then you're going to be good to go. Because the way I would like to use Gogeta is, because he has a Scouter, I want to use him or transform with him when we're coming closer to the end of the phases or the battle, because then at least we can guarantee or we can basically see the final phase's super attack, just so we don't die on the final phase. So that's how I kind of want to go about it. So there are 4 phases to this stage that we're doing right now. And I'm going to transform with him once we get to the tech phase. Once we get to the tech phase, we're going to transform with Gogeta. Because then at least we can guarantee that we're going to have his full passive up for the remaining of the fight. So yeah. But overall, like, he's doing very good. Like, as you can see, the damage is good. His tanking is good, especially after they super attack. And then Gogeta, once you transform, you're going to have base 80% damage reduction for the first 2 turns for him. For the first 5 turns, of course, but like his 2 turns in general. Or is it 3 turns? I think it's 3 turns actually, because it's 5 turns, right? So if you get him on the first turn, you come back on the 3rd turn. And then, yeah, so you'll have him for 3 of his turns actually, sorry. So I kind of want to keep Goten and Trunks on the turn, so yeah, we're going to do that. Again, we're not going to have that great luck with orbs over here for the trio, but that's okay. We're not looking to transform with Gogeta right now anyway, so I'm not stressing with that. And again, we'll come back when Goku and Vegeta are back on rotation. Okay, so we're back. And now we have the trio on rotation with Gogeta. And we can't transform because we are above the HP condition for them. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to continue stacking with them. So we're going to go ahead and get the physical orbs here. And then we're also going to have the trio support for Gogeta here. So with them on rotation, they're going to have start of turn 305,000 defense. But keep in mind, like, for their first turn, they're going to have an additional 50%, so now it's a little bit lower. But then after the trio super attacks, Gogeta is going to have way more defense because of the support that they're going to be given, which is going to be insane, because we know what the trio could do. They're a really, really good unit, and the amount of support that they're giving to the whole team when they're on All Out Struggle and or movie bosses or movie heroes, the buff is just insane. So yeah, like, Gogeta is just going to be very good on this team. And the fact that he also has the movie, like the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie Gogeta, on this team too is going to be nice, because then they're going to be a good linking partner. And then with the Fuse Fighter link that they have, they're going to have an additional defense as well. So it's going to be good. Like, this team is just getting better and better and better. Now they're sitting at 15 million attack for their 18 key. And they keep in mind that every time they super attack, they are getting their attack stack. I think for their 18 key, they're getting 50% attack. And then for their 12 key, they're getting 30% attack for each super that they do. So, yeah, I could be wrong about the 18 key, but I'm pretty sure the 12 key is a 30% stack. But the 18 key, I'm pretty sure also is a 50% stack. I could be wrong, but I'm very confident at least the 12 key is a 30% stack. But regardless, I was not even keeping track of how many supers they were doing this turn. But I know for sure we did do guaranteed 2. So at the very least, I think we're sitting at 7 stacks within 2 appearances for these guys, which is very good. Like, that's a very good number for them to super attack compared to the turns that they've been on. So now I'm actually going to keep Gogeta on turn. Yeah, I'm going to keep Gogeta on turn here. And then we can get his Chris going on his next appearance. So yeah, okay. Well, actually no. We'll stay on this rotation or turn just because Videl is gonna die here because she's so low on HP. So like, there's no point in cutting like 10 seconds. So yeah, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. But let me know what you guys think of Gogeta. Like, leave your comments down below, of course. So, like, Gogeta, to me personally, I say he is #1 in the game right now. Even base form is performing very well. Like, out of all the Goku and Vegetas that we've had, like I said, this guy is easily the best base forms that we've had. For even characters that need to transform, like, they're the best. Like, they're insane. So after this phase, we're going to transform with them. We're going to definitely transform with them after this phase. We do have Gohan's territory up, or domain. And, yeah, so that's not really going to affect Gogeta. It increases damage received, so it only affects if we're going up against an extreme enemy, which we're not. So this domain is basically useless here. I mean, it does help Gohan with guaranteed crits, which is good, but that's about it for the most part. So, yeah. These guys are so good. Like what? They are, yeah. After the trio super attacks, like, they're sitting at 4.3 million attack before even like attacking. Like, they're before attack set. Like, at the bottom, like, after you collect your orbs, like, even though that doesn't really matter too much, but like, still, like, it's high. Like, I'm not used to seeing that. It's crazy the amount that they're able to stack up and just be insane. Like, a dominant monster that they are. It's crazy. I think after this turn, we're going to cut until we get to the transformation, because there's really no point in sticking around until we get their transformation. So after they attack, 17.5 million. These guys are insane. Like, they're so good. So how many, can we do another 4 super attacks? That would be nice. We don't get a super here, but we are going to get a guaranteed here. So I think at the bare minimum, we did do 9 super attacks to stack up. So that's good. That's very good. So yeah, now we'll cut until we're about to transform. Alright, so we made it to the tech phase here, and we are going to transform with Goku and Vegeta. I'm going to turn on animations, but I'm not going to play the audio, because like, I just kind of want to continue talking a little bit. So skip off. Alright, there we go. Let's get this going. Their soundtrack, though, their OST is so good too. I'm probably gonna have it in the background of this video as we're going through. But like, their animations still hold up too. Like, their animations are still really good, and the fact that they're, like, I would say #1 in the game right now is just insane. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy how good they are. Like, being #1 above premium units that came out for the anniversary for for the worldwide celebration. Like, it's insane. Like, it's really crazy what they're able to do. So now we'll turn off animations, and then we'll just keep it going. So, like, it's crazy. And now, keep in mind again, for the first 3 of Gogeta's turns, or Gogeta's appearances, he's going to have 80% damage reduction. So if we wanted to, we could put Goku or Gogeta in slot 1 and then tank that super. But we're going to put him in the STR phase against the super attack. So we'll do that. Because, like, these guys don't really super too hard. So I think it would be better to kind of showcase Gogeta in front of a super attack when we're in, like, the final phase where they do a little bit more damage. Because I think they still do, like, at least 1.4 million damage, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that's not a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a lot. But, like, still, at least we can see him tank a super attack, and, yeah. So, Gogeta, though, like, look at that, 7.3 million before attacking. Like, and this is with support with the Super Saiyan Trio, of course, but still, it's insane what Gogeta is able to do. And keep in mind, again, he does have a, I think, 50% chance to dodge the super attack as well, which is crazy and kind of unnecessary to put on this guy. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they gave him so much. So they gave him dodge, they gave him damage reduction, they gave him rainbow orb changing, they gave him scouter, additional super attacks that are guaranteed. What is it? Healing on the first turn when he transforms. What else is this guy getting? Like, this guy has so many mechanics that are making him so good. Like, look at this guy. The damage that he's doing, and then the tanking that he's able to do as well after his super attacks. It's crazy. And then on his 18 key super attack, he does raise his defense, or greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns as well. So on his next appearance, he's going to be doing a little bit more damage as well, because he is stacking that 18 key, which is great. So Gogeta is just nutty. Like, busting out a 30 million attack stat is awesome. It's freaking awesome. So just so we can get to the final phase faster, let's just use Gohan's active skill here. Do this damage. Only 6.2 million, but that's fine. We'll get all these orbs here, and then we'll let the Gohans do their work. So yeah, like, this phase is gonna be done, but we'll cut until we get to the next phase again. Alright, so we're in the final phase now, finally. And Gohan is supering on the very first turn, so as much as I want to have the Super Saiyan Trio in slot 1, we kind of do need to see Gogeta take a super attack. So when he's not linked up with the other Gogeta, he's going to be at 509,000 defense, and then when he is, he's going to be at 533,000 defense. So he's basically gaining, like, almost 30,000 defense when he's linked up with Gogeta. And just so we can basically guarantee that we are going to be good with defense, we're going to keep the Gogetas on rotation here. And then when we come back, we'll just use Gogeta's active skill and a Team Protector mechanic ability, and then we'll be fine. So, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this just because we do need to see Gogeta tank the super attack. And then we'll be good. And then we can just put Gogeta in slot 1 for the next turn, and then we'll be good. So yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. And the fact that we can see when they're gonna super attack with this Gogeta, it's just so good. Like, I know sometimes having the mechanic to, like, see the super attacks, sometimes it just shows when you're gonna die, basically. But yeah, I was surprised we're not taking any damage, because we do have 80% damage reduction with 533,000 defense, along with this like, stage not doing too much on their super attack. Like, still. So we did 17 million there. We do have the guaranteed additional super as well. So yeah, things are just gonna be silly for this team. Like, they're so good. This team is just insane. So, oh, we did get the hidden potential super. Nice. Okay. The animations are so good. I love the 12 key. I probably like the 12 key more than the 18 key, if I'm going to be 100% honest here. But Gogeta is just so good, man. Oh my god. I think this is my favorite rotation right now. this has to be my favorite rotation. Because, like, we are still going to be getting the buff from the other physical trio. Like, that 77% defense, of course. But we're not going to be getting that additional 30% after they super attack with their 18 key to buff up Gogeta. That's the only difference there. And, well, of course, it's not going to stack the defense with the other one because we're going to be throwing him off rotation. So we're only going to get that 177%, which is okay. Like, it's still okay. But, like, Gogeta, all he needs is that extra 77% and he's good to go. Like, this guy, for the first 3 appearances, when he appears, for the first appearance, like, he's just immortal, basically. Like, he cannot die. Like, this guy is so good. I love him. I love this Gogeta. I love him. He is probably my favorite. As much as I was glazing Beast Gohan, this guy, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this Gogeta. Like, I love the animations. Before his EZA, like, I loved his animations. I loved the art and everything, but, like, he was just not hitting that hard. And then his defense wasn't even that great either. And then they just said, screw it, let's just make this guy God. It's insane what they actually did with this guy. So I think we'll finish up this turn here. So we'll do this, and then, yeah, I think we're going to be done this turn. But if not, then that's okay. Gogeta will finish it up next turn. So, anyways, I think this will be the final turn. So I'm just going to close up the video here because we were able to see what Gogeta did, what he can do, his defense and attack stacking, his scouter, like, it's great. Like, this Gogeta is just so good. Now, let me know what you guys think of this Gogeta. I still got to do the showcase on Janemba. I need to finish up the EZA as well. Literally after I finished the EZA for Gogeta, I wanted to test him out right away. So I did some events with him, I did some stages, everything, and then I made the video, and then now, next up is going to be Janemba, and I think Janemba is still also going to be in the top 5 for all the characters, like, top 5 in the game. And Gogeta, like, I feel he is number 1, but I want to see what you guys think. Like, I know, like, a lot of people are, like, I don't know how to word this, but, like, I know a lot of people, like, see things differently, because I know, like, a lot of the player base could be like, oh yeah, no, he's definitely number 1, and then you have so many other people that are like, no, he's not even in the top 5, but, like, sometimes they can be trolling, sometimes, like, they might even be, like, legit about it, like, I don't know, but, like, for me personally, with my experiences with Gogeta, I feel he is number 1, so we did end up finishing up this phase, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think of Gogeta. He is very dominant. I consider him to be the best in the game. Even in base form, he is, or they are still very good. Easily the best base form unit we've had. And it's not even close. So let's just go to the card art again and get them up. But yeah. Gogeta, insane. Card art, insane. Kit, insane. His attack, insane. His defense, insane. Like, this guy is just so good. He is insane. But let me know what you guys think of Gogeta's EZA. I think this is a massive W for him, and I cannot wait to try out Janemba. That'll be it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.